Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I hope you are all well and staying warm or cool or whatever the case may be. As promised, today we're going to put some ephemera together to make sort of like the little tag book that I just made. It's going to be very similar format to that, but I just thought it would be fun to use some of the pieces of ephemera that I have made and I didn't do anything with them. So first off, let's say hugs and blessings to Barbara, Elaine, and Tamara. And then I also want to say a super thanks twice to Kathy. Thank you so much, Kathy. That's so sweet of you. And if you're not familiar with the super thanks, it's you can kind of like leave me a little tip if you know you want to. It also helps me tons if you like, subscribe, comment with each other. Any kind of activity on my channel helps. So I thank you all. Welcome to new subscribers and welcome back to continuing subscribers. I appreciate all of you so very much. All right, so what we're going to do is take this ribbon, trims and whatnot, and we're going to put these together, you know, hinge them together just like we did with the little snowman journal. If you didn't watch that video, I will try to remember to link it in the description box below this video. If I forget, just remind me. I am notorious for that. The great part about this ribbon is that it's pretty much the perfect width. So what we have to remember is we want to go 2 hinges on one piece, 3 on the next, 2, 3, like that. If you don't want to do that and you're like, that is just so confusing, I don't even get it, you can also just take 2 or one little strip of paper, fold it in half, glue it, and then take another one, glue it, and have them as hinges like that, just the paper. And you can just do 2 all the way through. You don't have to do the 2, 3, 2, whatever thing. Okay, so there are many ways to hinge a journal together. Whatever works best for you is what I suggest. So I'm just going to do about like yay, because I don't think I'll even need that much, but that's just, so that's like roughly maybe a tiny bit more than an inch, but you could go an inch and it would probably work just fine. So yes. Bailey, my niece, that was just from my sister, so that's what made me think of it. My niece that is pregnant, she is doing well, so thank you guys so much. It's, gosh, that poor girl has been through the ringer. She is measuring a tiny bit large, so they're thinking it's possible she might have gestational diabetes. Hope not. But I kind of ran that line too with Theron because I was enormous. So anyways, I'm hoping that's not the case because that is a big drag. I didn't have to do any of the pricking your finger and all that. I just realized I don't have my glue. Hold on just a minute. Okay, so sorry about that. That was a durr moment. I used it last night when I was doing Christmas cards. Not to make Christmas cards because, no, I don't like making Christmas cards. But actually on this one, I think I'm going to start with 3 so that I don't mess up where 2 go. So you kind of want to, it's very kind of tricky, but try to get it up as high as you can. Yeah, so I just put a tiny bit on the envelope because I don't like licking all the envelopes. I know, I am the strangest. I really am. But I don't like that. So, I don't. I just put just the tiniest bit of glue on them just to, keep them sealed, but not make it so the person can't even get into it. I put that down a little low. But yeah, anyway, she is doing okay. She's measuring a little bit. Like her fluid is like almost too much now, but not, they're saying it's fine. So that is good. Because that's what they were worried about last week. But then now she's got to be watching out for the diabetes. Oh boy. Yeah, she already told her mom this is the only one. So we pray that he'll be healthy. it's been wow. Poor thing. So this will go like this, but we'll put 2 tabs on it first, and then it'll get glued around the back like that. And we'll trim off what is extra. You just got to kind of do that. I may have to, I can't do that. I was going to say I might staple it, but I can't because we have this flap on here. It's always just interesting trying to figure this all out. Okay, so we'll figure it out here. So yes, I thank all of you for your kindness and well wishes. It's just been so incredible of all of you. My sister went and saw her. She came back today, but my sister painted the baby's room, so that was a fun little thing. And Bailey just had to sit and watch her. It's like, well, that's what you got to do, so. I think my sister did that for me, too. My poor sister. She was the only one of us that had had decent pregnancies without a million problems. Ay, ay, ay. Hoping my daughter will take after her and not have any problems. It is something. Now, these I'm doing all the same, but as you saw on my snowman journal, you can do the tabs all different too, so it's completely up to you how you want to do it. I'm just trying to sort of line them up if I can. So I'm just going to take the ones from the top to go to the back of this one, and then these will go on to the next one. I hope that makes sense. So these tabs that I'm folding over now are from the top card. And you don't want to like make it too tight, because then it will be hard. It starts to gap at the, like you'll get gator mouthed. Sorry, words are just not coming to me at the moment. Doesn't really want to grab onto this. Probably should use my Aleene's tacky glue, I guess. It's not wanting to grab this particular fabric. Hopefully if I put that on, it'll do it a little better. Yeah, so you don't have to leave a ton of fabric, but you don't want to like pull and make these tight. You kind of want them to have a little bit of room. I mean, we probably won't do a ton of decorating to this because most of these pieces are basically done, but especially if you're going to be adding pockets and things like I did with the snowman journal, you don't want to pull it tight, because otherwise you just will not work. Okay, so you got to kind of figure out where your flaps are going to be so that when you add the next ones on, everything lines up properly. And this, I need to be careful not to glue my little tag down. So these are mostly pieces from the 50 stack challenge, the Christmas one that I did. Well, whatever, you didn't have to do it as Christmas, but I did a lot of pieces for Christmas. So, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. I am going to start a new 50 stack challenge. It won't start until January 1st, I'm thinking. That's what I'm going for. Whether that actually pans out or not is a whole nother story. But I will do another one after the new year. Let's just say it that way. And it will be, so get all your stuff together. We're going to do the same format as far as I will draw each week what prompts we'll be using. But I'm going to do one on journal themes. So like a bee journal, a Christmas journal, I don't know, whatever. So each prompt I draw out of the bag will be something that could be a journal. Poppies, grunge, shabby chic, you know, like that. So let me know what you guys think of that idea. I think that that would be fun, because then you'd have, I mean, a lot of stuff you can use in multiple kinds of journals. It doesn't really matter. I just thought that might be a fun way to do it. And then you'll have lots of variety. And of course, if, oh, you know what I need to do? I need to back this. This was going to be a, you know, you glue the back down pocket or something on a journal page, but now it is a page, so it needs a backing. I can use this book page right here. Yeah, so that's the plan, unless you guys are like, oh, I hate that idea. Which, tell me if you do, because I'd rather have more people do it than not. So I just thought it would be a good one. And see, the whole thing is coming up with 50 prompts is not always that easy. So trying to think of something that you can actually come up with. I'm hoping 50 prompts. And I knew this one was going to be a little sketchy, because that's why I made it so such generic prompts, because, you know, not everybody celebrates Christmas, and I realize that. So you don't have to do Christmas prompts. You can do it, or I mean, you don't have to do the theme of Christmas. You can do just everyday items too. But yeah, we'll do all different themes. Vintage, mushrooms. I don't know. I'll try to think of anything I can that you could possibly make a journal out of, which is a lot of things. So, and if there's a week that you don't like, that you're like, I'll never make a journal like that, don't worry about it. You know, you don't, it's not like written in stone that if you start doing this, you have to do every single prompt. I mean, sometimes the prompts just don't work for you. So it's more, like I've always said from the start, it's more for fun and just to build your ephemera. So if there's a week you know you'll never use, then just make a regular piece of ephemera that week that you know you will use. Okay. Not meant to be stressful at all. So let's take these off. I think it'll be all right now. I hope. I can trim these down a bit because they're way too long. Okay, and you've still got room to write on there. I may add another little, some kind of paper onto the back of that, just as like a little writing spot. And this is going to kind of, this one's lower, higher. I'm kind of doing these in the middle of it, so you can do, you can lay yours out however you like, though. If you like all the bottoms like right together, just make sure you glue your tabs on so that that works out like that. It is a little tricky when all the pieces are a different size. You do have to play with it a little bit. So what you guys up to? I have sunshine. I am so happy. I can't tell you how that brightens my day, because we had rain for days and it does start to get on my psyche. So yes, I was very excited. Like, it's shining in here right now. You can see it. So marvelous. I have a friend who just moved to Arizona, and she sent me a text and said, thinking of you today, 75 degrees, you know, that whole thing. And I'm like, actually, I am perfect here today. 52 degrees, the sun's shining. I'm a happy camper. So I don't think I could do Arizona year-round. Visit, yes, definitely. But I don't think I could do it year-round. I think it would do me in when the heat's going. And monsoon and all those kind of things. There. I think I am just meant to be a snow in the winter, summer in the summer, kind of, you know, a seasonal. I like seasonal, I think is what I'm trying to say. Although I do get begrudging at times. I still think it's my favorite. I do get cranky when it's too hot or too cold, but I still prefer it. I think that's just human nature. You know, we always want our weather to be what somebody else has. You just get tired of certain aspects, I think. But overall, we actually have very nice weather here. Locally. I'm going to leave those paper clips. I probably should have brought some of my clamps over. I just didn't realize this wasn't going to stick super great. Oh, yeah, 50 stack challenge. I need to finish my thoughts. So at the end of this 50 stack challenge, because it was a lot of Christmas ephemera and I'm using a lot of it in different things, I'm not going to do a flip through of all the pieces because I don't have them anymore. A lot of them have gone to their new homes and things like that. So I'm just going to, I didn't put one on there. Why did I not put one on there? So this one will need 2 pieces. I'm going to bring this one all the way down again, I think. And then this big tag that goes at the back. I don't know, maybe we'll go ahead and put this one more up a little tiny bit. So I used, I think it was 6 pieces of ephemera. So 5 or 6 is, you know, that's a good amount, I think, for these. These are just super fun, these kind of books for Christmas gifts or stockings or whatnot, whatever. Just a little something. So, what did I do? I feel like, oh, I forgot to put it on this one. Oh, brother. Some days. The old gray mare just ain't what she used to be, let me tell you. I hope that stays there. I think I'm going to use tacky glue. It just works better for this kind of stuff. But yes, so those were just some things I had to say because this is going to be interesting. Because these are going to have to go back through to the other side. If you plan better and don't jabber and talk the whole time, it'll help. It's the jabbering and talking that gets me every time. Oh, it's actually stuck down. I thought it was lifting up, but it's not. So now I have to carefully try to put these through these holes. If you glue them on first, that's the best way. Don't you go anywhere. You little stinker. I have not hardly watched any Christmas movies because I've been too busy. trying to get everything done. So yeah, maybe eventually I'll get a few watched, but probably won't get a lot watched. Well, I did for a while have a TV that worked in my craft room that I could just turn on and, like, you know, semi-pay attention while I was doing work. But it croaked, so I could have watched that if it was still working, but it is not. Them's the breaks, right? So this one, let's put the 3 tabs on before we do this. It'll work better. Where's the end? So yeah, I'll cut off all those once it dries, and I don't have to worry about lifting, you know, pulling them off by messing with them. All right, so we're going to glue these on. I do want this sort of centrally. It's very festive, I must say. And I don't know yet exactly which pieces I'm going to give as gifts. I will try to figure that out this week, and then if I have stuff, I will put it in the shop. But I'll let you guys know. I know, I'm getting way too late. So no guarantees that it'll make it by Christmas. But okay, so these will go to the back. Okay. And these ones we have to put on the back of the other one. So it's, oh, that one needs to be back too. My goodness. I am failing. I didn't even think about that when I pulled all these pieces out. I was just trying to find pieces that went together for size, basically. That was not a very good tear there. And yes, I use dollar store books mostly for all this stuff, so if you see bad words, I didn't write the book. I just use it. I'm just using it to glue and stick things to. So you guys, if you celebrate Christmas, you got all your tree up and all that jazz. Everybody else just ready for whatever your celebration is. I thank you guys for all your kind words on the new digital. I think it'll be a fun one. I'm looking forward to playing with that. I hope you guys enjoy it if you got it. I have been on a tear. I get ideas, and if I don't get them going, then my brain will drive me crazy at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I usually try to stay on top of it as best I can, because I don't like losing sleep over ridiculousness like that. So I lose enough sleep over real world problems. So I don't like to lose sleep over silliness. I mean, silly things to lose sleep over. Let's just say it that way. And then this one, we don't have to put tabs on because it doesn't need to attach to anything else. because it's the last one. I do want to put one on this because it is still trying to lift up. It must be this, it's a very, I don't know what you would call that, linen-y or something. I think it's just soaking up the glue. This one I definitely want to have like down at the bottom so that maybe it can sort of stand. It's not going to be the best standing book in the whole wide world because it's, you know, so many different sizes happening. And the edges aren't perfectly flat on all of them. So I think once these stick, they'll be stuck for sure, but they just aren't wanting to stick right off the bat. Some kind of sloping. We don't want sloping, so every once in a while check to make sure you're not, you know, going at like an angle. Because you might have to push and pull a little. I may end up adding more glue down the road. You can also stitch them if you are inclined to do so. Okay, we're gonna, I think it's good. So we're just gonna set it aside for a minute and let it dry and pray that it holds together. Because that would be a bummer if that doesn't work, but we'll figure out something. All right, so then I also have a piece of sheet music, and I'm going to glue, I like both sides of this. I think this one's a little more interesting. We're going to turn this into a pocket, but I'm going to add some paper to the back because it's very fragile sheet music. I can feel that it's just not gonna hold up. So I'm adding paper to the back. Sorry about the way that light's coming in. I guess I can come over here and, sorry, that was very loud. Hit the hit the edge of the window with the blind. Just gonna tear some of this off because I know we don't need all of this. I'm trepidatious. I want to make sure I have enough because I'm gonna make a pocket that the journal can go into. So we don't want to short ourselves. This is always the interesting part. I guess if I get a little glue on this music on the back, it's not a big deal. Because we want to get the edges, otherwise it's not going to stick well. So this is just for strengthening. If you have nice, robust sheet music, because some of them are fine. They don't need, because I've made these pockets before, and they don't generally need a ton of reinforcing. But this particular one is pretty thin. So I'm just going to be on the safe side and reinforce it because we don't want it to just fall apart. Okay. Now that my hands are entirely sticky, I think it'll be all right. Mostly where the folds are is where the problem's going to be, so. Okay. Oh my goodness. I do not like glue on my hands. Okay, so then I really should let it dry all the way. I'm going to pause for a minute and let this dry because I'm worried if I fold it, I'm going to get all weird folds. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I think it is dry enough now. And I went ahead and took the paper clips off of this and trimmed my little tabs so they're not, you know, so long and hanging into everything. So it's all hinged together now. And then we're going to take this and do our little, basically our coin envelope thing. I need to figure out how wide we need it though. And it is probably going to take this whole sheet of, okay. Well, then that's what we'll do. I'm going to actually score it since it's got double thickness there. It has all kinds of fuzzies and strings and whatever in the world on it. Okay, so I'm thinking, how long is this? I'm just trying to, I really stink at anything that requires measuring, so I'm just going to do this. Because it really is based on the size of your piece, so just got to make sure there's enough room on the inside and hopefully they'll meet in the back. If they don't, we can deal with that when the time comes. I feel like that didn't stay on the same line, but I guess it did. Oh, that was loud. And then you're just doing the old, yeah, I'm very glad I put something on the back of this because it's cracking, which is very normal for old paper. And if you don't have sheet music, like old sheet music, just use a thin-ish scrapbook paper, you know, something decorative, whatever. A lot of times in packages of scrapbook paper, there will be like a music page or whatever also. So remember that when you're doing it. And then we're going to fold it up from the bottom. I'm going to score it again because otherwise I will mess it up. I normally wing these things a little bit more, but because it's a gift, I want it to be, you know, nice. Not that I don't always want everything to be nice. It's just some things are easier to wing than others. So yes, that is quite a fold. And then we're going to cut a lot of that away because it's very, very bulky. My little scissors. We don't even need all of this, but for now I'm just going to pretend we're going to use it all. So you just want the one flap to close it up, so you don't need more than that. And I'm going just above the fold on the sides. So we definitely don't need all that, but I really cut that crooked. Wow. I felt like I was, but I didn't quite think it was that bad. So once you learn the coin envelope thing, I'm telling you, you can make all kinds of things because there are so many pockets based on that shape, which is a very easy shape, luckily. Man, I wish I could cut a straight line. It would be so spectacular. And then what we're going to do is, to even that up, well, sort of, because not great at cutting a straight line, but we're going to use our Rick-Racky, or whatever these are called, pinking shears. And yes, I know, beautiful, nice, old vintage pinking shears, and I'm cutting paper with them. Oh, what are you going to do? Okay, so that'll be our little envelope to put our piece in. Let's make sure it's going to fit before we glue it all together, and then, no, it doesn't fit. I think it will, but we're going to find out. We can leave a little room at the back when we glue it. It's wanting to get stuck on these edges, so here, this is what I'm going to do, because it's not glued yet. And I'm fine with it hanging out a tiny bit, that's fine. We're going to just glue it together with it right in there. So you can kind of get a little gusset down here at the bottom. And enough room on the sides and all. Glue along the bottom, or at this edge inside of here. I know it's hard to see because of the flap right now. And then the inside of this, so that the two edges will definitely be glued. And I really don't want it tight, so I'm not going to try to like force it to be tight. I would like it to be even, yes, but and I don't want this to get stuck. And I'm going to put lots of glue on our little flappy here, all the way to the edge. So yeah, I would definitely do your journal first and then make your pocket, so that you know. You might even have to put gussets in the sides, just depending on how fat your little journal is. This one luckily isn't too fat, so. Okay, and then on the front, I'm gonna do a little decorative bit. I think I have these doilies that were gifted to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're beautiful. I had to hoard them for a while. That's my thing. So don't ever feel bad if you don't see me use something, because I'm probably just hoarding it because I like it. Because that's what I do. It's all very silly. And then one day I'll go, I need to use this. Or the perfect thing just comes up, and it happens a lot. So sometimes you're just waiting for that perfect something where it'll go in there just beautifully. It is a thing. Okay, so I'm going to use the Barely Art glue because it's got that little fine tip. There's all kinds of tricks people do, put glue on their hands, do all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I've tried all kinds of things, and this is what works best for me. It takes a minute, but I like it. I don't have glue on my hands because I'm a weirdo about that. I don't mind a little glue stick, like that doesn't really bother me. And this kind of glue doesn't bother me that much either, because you can just kind of it rolls up and falls off your hands like if you rub your hands, you know. But some glues are like with you for the rest of the day, and nope. That is a big no. Nothing against the glues, just don't like it on my hands. Okay. All the more reason for these. Less glue on the hands. I don't mind paint or any of those kind of things, so it's not just like, I mean, obviously I do want to wash it off, but oh, that doesn't seem to bother me that much. I think I'm going to use this Tim Holtz piece. It's so long, like I've just never used it for anything because it just doesn't work, but I think it'll work great for this. And I'll probably just like circle one of those or something. The 25th. These are all Tim Holtz bits, if you're wondering. Oh, this one actually says Merry Christmas. How cool is that? Okay, I just need to ink a little. I kind of like that white doily. And I don't mind it hanging all crazy off like that either. So anyway, I think this is successful. So if you have a bunch of ephemera imps sitting around in boxes and you need some Christmas gifts, get to sticking. I mean, because I'd love a gift like that. Somebody made with cool pieces like that. Even if you just used it decoratively to decorate with or whatever. Like even if you're not a big journal person or whatnot. Oh, it says Happy New Year too. Oh, is that upside down? Oh, it does go this way. Wow, brain. There's a tree. Sorry, it looked like... I don't even know. I don't think I looked at it that hard. Oh, boy. Some days. Might be fun to put like a piece of this too. This is from my Snow Fun. Oh, it's supposed to go that way. But you know what? I don't think I care. There's a little bit of the laser kind of fiery marks on there, but I'm okay with it. Wow, that was loud. I know it's not as loud to you guys, but it was loud. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna put this up here. We're just gonna put stuff on because it's fun. I want that in the middle. I don't know if I have one of these that is oriented the other way. I know I said it doesn't matter, but apparently it does. Nope, I think they're all like that. just want bigger. Well, it won't have to be inked, that's for sure. So this is going to go here. I'm going to put glue on the back of this. I want to do like some, you know, like flowers, like the die cuts. They're Tim Holtz die cuts, so obviously I'm not going to do them just like that. I just mean that style, that kind of fine floral pieces to cut on the Glowforge. I think that would be fun. Put that one over there. I'm gonna ink it just a little bit. Use one of these too, just because it's green. And we're going to circle that before we glue it on in case we mess up. So let me grab a red pen, because that would be my luck, is to mess it up and then it would be stuck. Just want a circle. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can use the Tim Holtz Distressor thingy if you have one of those. I don't have one, so I just mess it all up. I want to make sure. Sorry, I had a hand seizure there. Yeesh. Okay, and then we'll put glue on this. And voila, Christmas present for someone special. Okay. Hopefully all that will stay stuck. Trying to put the pen in the glue. Okay. There we have it. And we could add, you know, ribbon to it and all kinds of things up at the top if we so choose. But I like it. I think that is fun. I think that's a great use of ephemera that is just rattling around. That you like, you know, there's always extra pieces, I feel like. So I think it'd be fun. And if you're like, I don't celebrate Christmas, so why am I even watching this kind of thing? This would be a great gift anytime. Like if you made one of these little books with just everyday nature type ephemera, whatever the kind of ephemera is that you like to make, shabby chic, whatever. I mean, these would be real cool shabby chic. You could do some fun stuff. But yeah, I mean, how fun would that be to give and get for birthday or a different holiday if you do like little friend gifts or whatever? I think it would be fabulous. So, I mean, I would be, like I said, very happy to get one of those. So anyways, just another little idea. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you give it a try. Let me know if you enjoy it. And I will chat with you again soon. Love you guys. Bye.